Good afternoon. Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Luke Ulahan here from Sport Fit Milwaukee. Luke, thanks for jumping on with me.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. You've got a fun background there, and it looks like you can share a lot with us about health and fitness, the benefits of it, and your business. Do you mind if I ask you some questions about it?
No, go ahead.
Awesome, cool. When people ask you how you describe Sport Fit Milwaukee, how do you describe it?
It's sport performance, agility, mobility, strength and conditioning, and kickboxing. So it's a little bit of all aspects of training. We do a little bit more than your typical group fitness. It's more of like a personal training approach to group fitness.
That is awesome. And it's so important, especially where we are in Wisconsin, these cold months where we can't be outside doing the same kind of fitness. I imagine people really take advantage of that space in there, huh?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and when we can go outside, we like to be outside as well. So.
That's really good to know. Awesome. So we were talking earlier, and you started your business about 3 years ago. What were your plans when you started it, and how have they changed?
Um, well, I wanted to get a little bit different approach to fitness than what I had been doing at other gyms. So I've worked at other gyms before I started to come uh, out on my own. So that was one of the main things is I kind of wanted to have a little bit of my own tilt to group fitness.
Okay.
Obviously, when I started, it was a little bit of a challenge with the pandemic and everything.
Yeah, I can
So
imagine.
So it's, you know, I've had to kind of adapt to, you know, what's going to help bring in more people, obviously with that.
So when you at the early stages of the pandemic, were you able to be open at all, or did you practice outside, coach outside? What did you do?
So I was open for about 2 months prior to the shutdown, and then we had 2 months where we had to close. And then it's basically in person with masks on for about a year. During the time that we were closed, I just posted workouts online to the people who I did have that were members. We didn't really do too much outside just because most people were pretty cautious about how many people they interacted with.
Sure.
Um, but everything I posted was stuff you could do at home or on your own, whether it's outside or inside at a apartment gym or a home gym or anything like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's so, so important. I know people, especially today, are finally starting to realize the impact on mental health when you're not getting the physical activity that you need. So thank you
Mhm.
for continuing to do that. What is the biggest way that you impact the community right now?
Let's see. Well, I mean, I think it's the kind of community that we build here. Um, so obviously, health and wellness is a huge aspect of everybody's life. Some people take it a little bit more serious than others.
Mhm.
Um, but any gym can, you can take care of your health and be fit at any gym, but not any gym is going to welcome you and you're gonna get lifelong friends and build relationships. And that's something that's a little bit more different about us. SportFit has a great community of people who have known each other for many years. Some people have followed me from other gyms. We've built relationships with new people in the community. So that's one of the main things that we really focus on is just building relationships within our gym community and trying to expand that as much as we can outside whenever we have a chance to.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. What is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners could learn from?
I mean, definitely opening up during the pandemic is the biggest challenge. Hopefully we don't have to face anything like that again, but I would say that making sure that you have the resources and a plan to open up in case you do face something that's very, extraordinary or unexpected.
Hmm.
I think that ended up being one of the advantages I had during opening during the pandemic is that um, I didn't expect to be getting off on like, full capacity, off and running with, 150 members or whatever right
Hmm.
away. Whereas a lot of other, especially group fitness gyms, you had the client base that you were already set on. And as soon as people started not being able to show up, they cancel memberships, you lose all your revenue, and then you're really struggling. So it's always trying to go in with a plan of, what's the worst case scenario and how can I weather that storm? And that's one of the things that I went into the business kind of having. And, I think that kind of helped me get through the worst of the pandemic, especially. But, same thing for any unexpected um, occurrences. So whether it's cost, whether it's, not being able to find a client base, whether it's advertising, anything that you kind of go into and you are a little bit, you know, you're
Prepared.
prepared is a good word for it. You're not quite prepared for it or to the level that you need that you might end up needing. You think you're prepared, you're not. So you always have to have a little bit of a backup plan, a little bit of extra resources, a little bit of a way to kind of weather that storm.
Absolutely. And, it's interesting that you're talking about that because so many people just get more and then spend more and we have to be careful and watch that balance. But what also is interesting is I just read a book called Oversubscribed, and it talks all about how, it's not a bad thing if you are completely full, or at your case at like physical capacity, even though you could have taken more. It's good to show this is as many spots as I have. And if you want to be
Mm-hmm.
a part of that, you better jump in. So it almost creates some urgency too, which is really interesting. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, thank you. What does the future look like to you? And do you have an exit plan?
Um, I mean, future is just to keep building. I love training. I love the training aspect of the business. So, I want to keep doing that as long as I can.
Mhm.
Obviously, I have some trainers that work with me and I want to be able to build their businesses. And if that means that at some point, somebody's able to take over, whether that's running day-to-day operations or anything like that, that'd be great. But my goal is to be able to continue to train my clients and myself, for as long as possible.
Absolutely. That's great. Last question for you. All subjects open. What inspires you most?
Helping people really. So, I want people to be able to perform at their best, to feel their best, to look their best, whatever their goal is. I want, to help people achieve that. And that's the main thing that really drives me with fitness is just to kind of help people reach their goals and kind of achieve things that they didn't necessarily think were achievable.
Mhm.
That's always kind of my motivation.
That is very, very inspirational and motivating as well. So, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. If somebody wants to get in touch with you to sign up for a membership or get a personal training session, what would be the best way for them to do that?
Uh, Sign up through the website. So the website is www.sportfitmke.com.
Okay.
Um, right on there is all the tabs that you need to do anything. So the main thing would be the register tab. So that would be your general information. So I would have, email and phone number to contact anybody through. The
Mhm.
schedule is on there. You can schedule classes right through the website. It's all linked to MindBody. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with that
Yep.
app, but it's MindBody Health and Wellness. So all of our stuff is linked through there. So you can schedule classes. You have the contact information. I'd have your contact information. And that's the easiest way is right through the website.
Excellent. If somebody wants to try it before buying a membership, are they able to try a class?
Yep. So if you do go on there and register, then just shoot an email to me and I'll set up a free trial. Whether it's a trial class or we have other, longer term trials, week or month trials as well. But a free trial class is always available. Um, and my email is luke@sportfitmp.com. So that's the easiest way to just get in contact with me once you register.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Luke, for your time today, for sharing your business and for really impacting the community and creating awesome opportunities for them to get healthier.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Have a good one.
All right, thank you, Stacie.
Thank you.